Alrighty, so getting into the review of the 2022 Chev High Country here, we've got some nice chrome accents here. We'll start here with the headlights. I like the Chevy High Country headlights way better than just the standard like halogen ones. I think those nice LED strips make the truck look a lot better. We've got High Country here put on the front kind of grille here. This one doesn't have the blacked out bow tie, which I truly would option out on this truck if I were to get it. We've got some chrome accents all around in the grille, and then we've got some chrome trim also on the bottom. You've got LED fog lights, and then we've got some kind of brownish coloring also on the grille, and then that also carries onto the passenger side. You do have some parking sensors also on the front bumper. It does come with a 360 camera with High Country, and then one cool neat feature with the block heater spot is it's actually put right under here instead of kind of hanging, you know, in front of the grille or underneath the hood. Now, one thing I do love with the GM trucks is you do get a beautiful, nice hood scoop. That is functional, by the way. And you do have some bulging too, which I do like, but the hood scoop with some chrome accents around it does make the truck look a lot beefier. But that's it. Before we hop in underneath the hood, let's dive into the engine bay. Underneath the hood of this Chevy Silverado, we've got a 6.6 liter Duramax diesel producing 445 horsepower and 910 pound-feet of torque, mated to the Allison 10-speed automatic transmission. I truly do love the new 10-speed they added in this particular truck when they did do the kind of refresh in 2020, or redesign I'd rather, but I do like this setup here on this pickup. But that's it underneath the hood of this Silverado. Let's take a look around the truck. Alrighty, so coming around the Chevy High Country here, we can see it's a High Country obviously because of the badging right there, and then you also have Allison transmission and Duramax also on the hood. Now we'll get into the tire and rim here. We've got a 20-inch rim here. We've got Goodyear Wrangler tires. The tire size here is 275/65 R20, and then you get carpeted fender liners as well, which helps with sound deadening, which I truly do like. You've got 3500 HD here as well. The mirror does have lights here, your marker lights, and then it does have chrome also on the top there. These do extend and de-extend depending on if you are towing a trailer. You've got chrome door handles here as well with keyless entry. Now it does also get power running boards as well, so the running boards do come out, which I do really like in the higher up trims. You don't have keyless entry on the back door, which I find kind of weird, to be honest. I wish they did have them back there. Chevy added in their new redesigned pickups for heavy duties, they added a kind of rear step here. They've got them in the back tailgate, or the back bumper rather, but they've added them here. It's kind of like a free little step here, and it's actually really useful to get into the back of the bed. You also have your fuel door here for your diesel and your DEF fluid. This one is a 8-foot bed. Now I'll kind of give you a look of the whole truck itself. It is a bit longer than, let's just say, the 6.5-foot bed. You wouldn't really necessarily get this bed if you didn't need it, so don't get the 8-foot bed because it does make the truck look a lot bigger. Here's a back look at the tire and rim, and then this one does also have the rear carpeted liner as well. But that's pretty much it for the side of the pickup. Let's take a look at the rear tailgate and go over some of its features. So the back of the Chev here has your foot kind of steps there to put your foot in, so it's a little bit easier to get into the back of the bed. You've got parking sensors here. We've got Chevy bow tie there, Silverado and High Country. This does have the, I guess, GMC first had multi-pro tailgate. Chevy calls it multi-flex tailgate, but it's the same thing. You've got 2 buttons here to kind of open the tailgates. You've got camera here as well, your rear view camera, and then you've got your light here. So let's just say if you want to open just the tailgate, I'm going to kind of zoom out here so you get a better look. This is just a tailgate. You can actually open up this little thing here, so if you maybe had something in here that you didn't want to slide out, you can open that up. So there's the first use. We've got both uses, so we can open both of them up, and then you've got a step here. Pretty easy, and then you've also got a railing here. So what this does is push this up and you're good to go. Use it to get in. So that's that. Kind of use that to go down, and then we'll close this up. A lot of functions here. And then what you could do is, if you want, you could just open up the top one if you really need to, and then you also have got the bump stopper here. So basically, if you maybe had something on an incline and you didn't want it to fall out, you can open this up, and there's just a lot of uses for this. Or if maybe you want to put your computer here and do some work, there's tons of uses for this tailgate. So what I'm going to show you now is the plug-ins back here. So right here you've got a 110, so if you want to plug in maybe your laptop like I was mentioning. Then you've also got some other plug-ins here, so if you had a, this one does have the 5th wheel prep pack and the gooseneck. So you can plug in your trailers here. You do have lights back here as well, and you have a ton of tie down hooks. So there's 3 in each corner. So it is better for, obviously, if you need to, tie down stuff, you have a lot of tie downs. Up there on the light there, you've got 2 cameras. One is for your bed camera, and one is for your rear camera mirror, which you can see inside, which I'll show you, and I'll get to that part there. But tailgate's pretty light, and it's very easy to use, which I do like. Now that is it for the back of the High Country here. Let's take a look at the rear seats. Okay, so coming inside the back here of the Chevy High Country, we've got some soft touch material all at the top. We've got some nice padding here, some wood trim as well, and then we've got your window control and then your door handle, of course. Inside here, we've got some black leather trim here with some different texture as well, and that kind of carries throughout the whole cabin. We've got also a compartment here that GMC, what the nice thing is that when you put drinks back here, like let's just say water, it keeps them cool. So it's actually a nice compartment to kind of hide stuff and also keep things cool, which I've noticed. As we come into the center here, we've got heated rear seats. We've got vents here as well, USB, USB-C, and then we've got the 12-volt 2 with some cup holders at the top. Now, once you lift this up too, you do have some more storage underneath. This one does have the all-weather mats, which actually look pretty nice. I actually like the carpet with the nice plastic around it. But unfortunately, you don't get a full flat floor here in the Chev. In the Ram and the Ford, you do get a full flat floor, but maybe in the next redesign, they'll do maybe a full flat floor, but who knows. But that is pretty much it. The back here, one thing to note is with Chevys, you don't get a full panoramic moonroof. The benefits to that is you do get this little indent here, and that's just for a better headroom, but you do get a sunroof as well. But that's it for the back here. Let's take a look at the front seats. So coming into the front cabin here of the Chev, we've got that soft touch material here as well, nice padding. We've got your window controls here, your mirror controls, memory seating, lock and unlock, and that's pretty much it. We've got the Bose speakers down below. Seats here, you can't really tell, but I don't want to take it off. But you've got that kind of same material, it was in the back. Some nice texture here as well. But seat itself is not too bad. You've got the seat controls and lumbar as well on the side here. You've got High Country here on the door sill. And then over here, we'll work our way. We've got your modes here for trailering. I do like that you can have 4-wheel auto now in the new redesigned trucks. You got 4-wheel auto in the heavy duties. You've got your light controls here as well, and your parking brake, and then you've got some auxiliary ports here with a heads-up display controls as well. But that's it. Before we hop in, let's take a look at the cabin of the Silverado. So we're in the cabin here of the Silverado. We'll go over some things here. We'll start with the steering wheel. We've got a nice leather wrap steering wheel here, which feels nice. We've got some controls here. We've got cruise control. We've got heated seats. We've got your voice control, and this here is going to control the front screen here. So by moving the little dial here, you don't get a lot. I'm not a huge fan of kind of the display here at the front. Hopefully Chevy will put the new redesigned 1500 series interior into this pickup, which I'm assuming they will, but there's not too much to go over. I'm not a huge fan of the design and outlook of it, but that's how you control the front infotainment. Over here, we've got your window stock for your wipers, and then we've got the column shifter to move, obviously, the truck. Now, at the top here, we have some soft touch material here. You can see right there, there's our heads-up display. You can change the info of it if you want. I do like it. It's actually pretty nice. I kind of wish they put a little bit more info on it, but I mean, that's all you get right now. You've got the soft touch material here. I got my sunglasses up here. We've got some storage up here as well. And then the soft touch material all carries through on the passenger side. We've got 2 glove box areas, so one there and then one down below as well. And then everything's kind of similar over on the passenger side. But we'll get here into the front infotainment here for Chev. So this is the biggest screen you get with Chev heavy duties right now. So it's an 8-inch touchscreen. The thing is, though, is that it's very intuitive, very easy to use, and it works very well. So it's very responsive too. So we've got a couple settings here. What you can do is you can hold this and you can change different settings and where you want them. But it's very responsive. I do like it. One thing that Chevy did very well is the camera quality. So very high quality, and there's a ton of angles. So we've got that bed camera that I was telling you about, and then we can zoom in and zoom out now, which is pretty awesome. We've got a bird's eye view of the hitch too when you're backing up. There is a lot of angles here that Chev did put in, and they did a really good job. So I really am happy that they did that. I think the camera quality and the camera angles are great. So kudos to Chev for doing that. You've got Sirius XM, you've got all that kind of stuff, audio, And yeah, it's pretty intuitive. There's not much going on. I do wish the screen was a little bit bigger, but I feel like Chev will be adding that in their new refreshed heavy-duty trucks. You've got your tuning knobs down here as well, and then we've got climate control over here too. They actually do have the numbers there instead of just showing temp, which I've seen in other trucks because of the chip shortage, but that's nice they did that. We've got climate control. Everything feels okay. It's all kind of plastic here, which is it's okay. Like some of the other competitors do have a little bit nicer things to touch, but everything's functional and it works very well here for your 110. And then we've got hill descent control, and then there are your power running boards, and then you got heated and cooled seats on both sides. Push button starts here, and then we've got your trailer brake here. We've got more plugins here, USB-C 12 volt, and then down below here we have your wireless charging, cup holders here as well. And then once we kind of get into the center console here, which I'll move, you got some storage here at the top, and then we've got a really deep compartment here. It's got a light as well. We've got USB, USB-C, and we've got your aux as well, and then an SD card too to add there. And then once we kind of come up to the top here, we've got your sunroof as well, which I can open up so we get a little bit more light. Now this is the camera I was telling you about. So once we flip this here, this turns into a camera, and that's the camera that's on top of the third brake light at the top of the bed. And what you can do is you can actually zoom in and zoom out. You can change the brightness too. You can zoom in and zoom out so you can stare at people's faces, and you can move it up and down, which is a really cool feature. I think this is nice. And then once you want to turn it off, you just flip it forward. So that's pretty much it, everyone, for the interior here. Let's take a look at the price of this beast. Alrighty, so I took the window sticker off here on this Chevy. So right now, price of this one is $102.48. So you get a lot of nice standard things here with the Chev, but here are the optioned things they picked on this particular truck. And here is the color North Sky Blue Metallic with jet black interior, the Duramax diesel at the top there, and that's pretty much it, everyone. One thing I do like with Chev too, which is nice, is they give you a complimentary 2-year or 24,000 kilometer basically free oil changes, which is nice, especially people who are leasing this truck. It's just there's like no cost associated to other than just payments. But that is it, everyone, for the price. Let's give you my final thoughts on the exterior. Alright, everyone, that concludes my review of the 2022 Silverado 3500 High Country. I think it's a really nice truck inside and out. I'm just really excited for Chev to kind of redesign the interior, because I do think that's the thing that's lacking in this pickup truck. But other than that, let me know what you think about it in the comments, and we will see you in my next video. Cheers!